everyone, how are we doing today? Got my coffee with me and we are going to be doing a full face of newish makeup, both drugstore and high-end. I've just accumulated some different things here lately that I want to put into a full face for you. And it could not be more completely silent right now. No sounds from outside, no sounds from inside the house. The only thing I can hear is a little makeup room fridge. So peaceful, peaceful. I like the peace. Skincare, sunscreen, everything's already on. And here's where it begins, my friends. I got the new Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation because one of you guys said, could you try that out? And could we compare it to the original kind? Because this is 16-hour full coverage foundation. And I believe the old kind was 12. Yep, it was 12. I had to check and make sure. But I have this in 32N medium neutral. And the original of this stuff, I remember I used it in a video where I was talking about products that were really popular with OG YouTubers. And then it might have been a few days later or like a week later, and I found out they were putting out a new version. So this is kind of like a whipped, moussey feeling texture with this product. I have used this before, and I gotta say, I haven't noticed a massive difference from the original, but I'm going to use it for you guys. It does have kind of like a thickness as you patch it around on the skin, not in a bad way, but I'm just saying it's not like liquidy running all over your skin type of vibes. So we're just going to smear it. This is the rough smear phase. I got way too much on my finger. I was thinking I had a second face to do this morning or something. And I'm just going to use that original brush that was always used with the first one, or always like sold alongside it, you know? It's a really full buffing brush, and I think you're going to notice some very full coverage out of this. But like, the coverage was great with the first one too. But I guess they just wanted to update it because when you think about a 12-hour claim on a foundation these days, that's not really that much. Like, it's sometimes 24 hours. Oh no, I got some foundation in my hair. I can go for a little soft highlighted look here. Dang it, I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often, you know? But it's super matte. This range of foundation I felt like was always talked about as being like skin balancing, oil controlling, but this is the look I would always come away with from the original, I feel. It was not overly drying, like to touch my skin. My skin feels hydrated and nice, but the look is matte and it's pretty much full coverage. You know what the overall look is really reminding me of? The NARS Soft Matte. Very similar finish, blending process, you know. And then I have a new concealer also from Tarte. It's from their Skin Treat line. I got this on QVC. You'll recall I really loved their Skin Treat like tinted moisturizer, BB cream product. This poreless tinted moisturizer, very blurring, very beautiful on the skin, SPF 20, but yet kind of lightweight, really nice product. So yeah, also in that Skin Treat range, they've come out with this stick concealer. I got it in fair to light, and it is like a little bit skinnier, I would say, than your average stick. And they were selling it alongside a brush like this, which I didn't get out the brush because I already had this brush. This is the kind of brush that they put out like with the Maracuja concealer back in those times, okay? So I'm going to swipe this on. It feels, I don't know, a little thick, a little drier. But it's kind of warming up the more swipes I do. I've used this just a couple times, so it's very much under review, you know what I'm saying? But let's see how it actually works with a brush of that kind. Is it gonna get worked in enough is my question. Because these paddle style brushes I think are great for smoothing and getting really even coverage, but like if it's a product that's prone to looking like a lot on the surface of the skin, sometimes it doesn't get really worked in enough, you know? I'm really gonna have to get around that inner eye area a little better. Coverage isn't bad, actually. I'm getting better coverage today with this. I put on a little more than I did the first go round, so there's that. Oh, also the first time I used this, I wasn't wearing it alongside this foundation, which is offering so much coverage on its own. It does not feel tacky at all on the under eye area. Like if I do any setting there, it's going to be very, very light because it's got a real smooth feeling, just barely any moisture. Skin looks pretty even, doesn't it? You can't really argue with the coverage. We're just gonna have to see how it wears throughout the day, right? Because right now it's looking pretty smooth and nice, but will it, you know, develop a heaviness later on? Because I did apply a generous amount. As some of you guys may have noticed on Ulta's website, Lorac has new little Petite Pro contour palettes. So the original Pro contour palette is a really great product, one of the best contouring palettes out there probably. And they have two tones of minis out now. So I got the lighter of the two. They're giving you the beige highlight, which is matte, the light contour, and then the medium sculpt shade. So I thought I might use a little bit of this beige highlight, which, as I said, it's matte. These powders are really nice formulas. If you're familiar with Lorac's eyeshadow formulas, you know they do their powder textures really well, really soft and buttery creamy, perhaps even better creamy. And then I'm going to tap off the excess there a little bit, just so I get a small amount of this beige to set the under eye with. I haven't tried that yet with this. I've used my big palette in this way. Make sure the little one can play the same way. See, I just think that looks so brightening. If you're my skin tone, that shade is really gonna brighten you up. You can just use it all over the T-zone. Let's use some of the light contour so you can see how much this shade can do. So it looks really light, right? You're gonna notice it's still capable of some contouring here. It's like in the most subtle way, but it's effective, you know? Don't underestimate this little light tone palette. A little bit of that up here. Now when I get up to the forehead with that shade, that's where I'm kind of like, okay, I expect to see maybe a bit more of a bronzy look out of everything, so then we'll jump to the medium sculpt. And you can see how that does. See how that's just showing up with a little more color? And maybe we take a little bit of the medium also and just show you what it looks like a little deeper here. That shade, at first I thought, oh, maybe that's going to be a little too warm for my liking, but I really think it's fine. And here's an interesting thing to note. I was comparing the mini to the full size, and while the beige highlight and light contour shades seem to be the same from this palette to this palette, this medium shade called Medium Sculpt is different from Medium Contour right here. It's a little bit cooler in the full size, but just as far as the overall depth level, like what the shade is going to do on your skin, the amount of contoured look it's going to give, it's a similar depth level. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. If you already have this palette, you've pretty much got what's happening here. But if you don't already have this and you're looking for something more compact and even more affordable, that's an option. We know how much I love that Believe Beauty brand at Dollar General. And recently I was at DG getting two of the most classic things I need from DG, milk and diapers. And I saw that they had some different blushes here, some kind of like split pan, major monochrome matte and shimmer blush duo. And this is in Amore. So we have like this rich rosy blush and then the shimmer. And I thought, let's play with that. I don't know, it might not be a really new product on the market, but it's new to me right now and I'm gonna pop it on because I'm really excited about it. Okay, this is mainly the matte side. I just wanted to kind of confine them first. So beautiful, pigmented. They do such a good powder formula. They also had some marbled bronzers, which excite me too, but I didn't pick one up. Oh, pretty. That shade shears out like perfectly. I love it. Now let's go into some of this right here. Kind of a rosy, maybe hint of copper shimmer, and we're just gonna go right over the top like a blush topper. Oh, that is so pretty, the effect of that. Ooh. It's really fun too when your overall canvas is so matte before you get going with it, so the glow really shines. Oh, that's really lovely, you guys. I enjoy that very much. While I'm at it, I'm going to do a little bit of highlight too from Believe Beauty. I'm going to use Pink Pearls. Just a little added glow. We were so matte before all this. And while there's shimmer in that blush, it's not like a highlighter shimmer, at least on my skin tone. It's really more of just a blush topper, like an alternate texture of blush. But there's a lot of color in the shimmery side, so. Then I'll use my newer Catrice Prime and Fine setting spray. This is the Dewy Glow. So it's got like an illuminating powder in here that you shake into the product, and it looks really pretty on the skin when you're done. Love that fresh scent. Any other product where there's been a shimmery fleck that needs to be shaken in, typically like I can see the particles then spraying out on my skin in kind of an unsightly way. And this one doesn't do it at all. It must be so fine in there and so able to be shaken in and combined that you just end up with a really smooth look after you apply the mist. Okay, it's brow time. I don't have a lot of new brow stuff, so I'm going to use my Benefit micro filling pen, and then I'll set it with this clear brow gel from Milani. It's called the Clear Brow. They really thought hard on that name. I'm really proud of Milani for what they came up with. But I guess that is newer to me. Found it at Walmart. It's pretty much just like their like avocado brow gel that they came out with, like same style of applicator and everything. But this stuff, you know, I love this little pen. It's got the three-pronged approach. Okay, nice and easy. I just love how I feel like this product grazes through the brows and it does what it's supposed to do, and it's just perfect. And then this gel, it's real goopy. Like when you pull it out, there's always some goop to tend to. I don't know. It's like, it's fine, you know. It does provide some hold, but not astounding hold. And like right there, I got way too much in. Goop control is not amazing with this one. By the time you get done with one brow and then you head over to the next, then you're at a perfect level of product to work with. That's okay, Milani, we won't hold it against you. We will use your eyeshadow primer that I love so much. I did use the DG Believe Beauty eye primer the other day, and that was nice. It was a totally different formula than this though. Like really blanks out the lids, more so concealer type texture. This does a little to the lids, but overall it just leaves the lids tacky enough to receive product, you know, and make it last. And it goes on just really quick, you know. Before we get into the eyeshadow palette, I forgot I was going to pop one of these on at the start of the video after my skincare. It's the Hangover Pillow Balm Lip Treatment, and I ordered the two flavors that I thought I'd love, and I seriously do love them both. This is the kind of thing you could put on before bedtime. Like I have the original Pillow Balm downstairs in the bathroom, but they put out Banana Kiss and Cocoa Kiss. Okay, if you start putting out these scents, like, oh, the Cocoa Kiss, perfect artificial chocolate fragrance. Like it's just, it reminds me of chocolatey flavored things, like Necco wafers kind of. I like that smell, frankly, so that's good. It doesn't give off much color, neither of these do. And then the banana, I had to get that one. Oh, runts, straight up runts, banana runts. Ah, like there's not a real banana in the world that smells like this, but banana candy, sure, smells great. I'm gonna put on the cocoa one. It might give me just the slightest hint of some color for you to see. But the neat thing about these are how cooling they end up feeling. Could have used this in the night last night. I got real hot in bed last night. Like it just sits on your lips and it feels nice and refreshing. It's starting to cool down just a little bit. That's so neat. And they had a couple other flavors too, but love that. Now for the eyeshadow palette, what are we going to use? We are going to bust out the Milani Ungilded Most Loved Mattes. I showed this in a recent video where I had some other new drugstore stuff and I ended up opting for the Catrice palette, but we're going to use this today, okay? Where would be a nice place to start? I think maybe Smell the Roses. So all these are matte. Going in with my Profusion little creasel region brush here. I love a fully matte eye, and I love some warmth, so I'm probably going to enjoy this palette. This is Stop and Smell the Roses. We all need to do that a little more often, don't we? Very consumed with all the happenings in life, and we don't just stop and appreciate what's around us at the moment. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's go a little deeper. No plum intended. Oh, Milani. Right down here. A little deeper. Really easy shade to merge in with what was just applied. No plum intended. Brands, can you just sometimes put up videos of the boardroom where people are coming up with names? I picture things getting tossed around and some of them just really hit and some of them maybe don't, and I just want to watch that process. Unless I could be wrong and it's just a very quiet process where someone's sitting alone in a room just responsible for thinking up all the names. Okay, Not So Vanilla. That's going to be the highlight. So I just blended first with this brush. Oh, that really looks smooth. I just blended with it bare at first. Nice. Okay. Now I kind of want to bring in something warmer, like maybe a little bit of Sienna Sunset. Very orange. And like, let some of that play with these rosy shades, huh? Ooh, pretty. This is actually my first time using this palette, and it is starting to steal my heart. Oh, love that. Okay, let's keep layering a little bit. Let's do this Don't Raisin Your Voice right here. Okay. Just getting that really in there in the crease. Ooh, that's pretty. My kinda shade. Yes. Glorious. Okay. Okay, then it's going to be Cinnamon Spice right here. So we have a couple really deep ones. I'm going to try Cinnamon Spice. Oh my gosh, you guys, fall is coming. Fall is coming, and this might be what you want to have. Wow, I'm enjoying this. This is like eyeshadow therapy right here. Blending out a full matte eye in shades that I absolutely love. I needed this today. Woke up, phone wasn't charged because I had my plug pulled out for to charge my phone, and instead my batteries were charging for my camera in the same outlet. So there was that, and then I went in and I woke Bub up because I thought it was trash day, and it wasn't. I guess what I'm saying is it's something's turn to work in perfect harmony with me right now, and that's what this palette is. Oh, I mean. I'm going to take a little Cocoa Bean. So this is the cooler matte brown, and then we have that warmer one that I just used. What happens if we get Cocoa Bean just in the depths? The dirty depths of the crease right there. For the lid, let's do a little bit of Under the Sun right here. This would be a real nice crease shade too, but I'm going to put that on like center lid. Just keeping it nice and toasty. Okay, and then we'll do my Daily Latte right here. See how much coverage? Oh, these light shades are equally nice. Super duper pretty, I love it. Then I'm taking this Cocoa Bean. Did I call that Cocoa Bear earlier? Cocoa Bean. And we're just nudging that toward the lower lash line. And I feel like going with a huge lash today, but there is a mascara that I really want you guys to see. And I want it to really be able to be seen, you know. Stick to the plan. There we go. I like this. I like it a lot. No shade has disappointed me so far. I haven't used the entire thing yet, obviously, but wow, does that make me happy. I love that. I did find myself tapping off some excess. There's a lot of softness as you go into some of those shades, but I found the light shades and the dark shades to be equally manageable and nice and beautiful coverage on the skin. So I'm going to apply my new mascara. This is the e.l.f. Big Mood, and it has a big bunglesome brush that makes me mess up a lot, but at the same time I feel it holds curl and it makes the lashes look kind of fluttery and pretty. So I really don't want to mess up this eye look with a bunch of little mascara mishaps, but I'm gonna have to really try hard. So again, the brush has a little bit of an hourglass shape, and it's so big. This is definitely the best any e.l.f. mascara has ever worked for me though. As much as I'd like the brush to be a little bit more compact in size, Look at that. Like, it's really, the lashes are really standing up there for me. They're looking lengthened out. Just really nice. See how quickly, too, like, you don't have to spend too much time and the lashes really start to take off. The only thing that makes this kind of hard is I want to get in there a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, apply a little more, like, push into the lashes to really get them loaded up. And the brush is so big, it's like I know I'm going to hit my skin if I really put that kind of elbow grease into the look. You know what I'm saying? But that eye still turned out pretty good. This one, I don't know what the left eye's problem is. It's good, it's just not seeming quite as lengthened out, I don't know. I am actually gonna try this on the lower lashes because I'm just asking for a problem at this point. I just think this is a legitimately good mascara and I want to see if it can hang. Oh, it's so hard to apply. For lips, this is not an incredibly new product. It's Hourglass's like liquid lipsticks, but they don't really super set. You know, they just kind of stay creamy. They're not the most long wearing thing. But I wanted kind of a nude color, and I don't think I've worn this shade before called Hint. It's the Velvet Story lip colors. So let's try that on. Then I'm going to add to that a little bit of Milani Cinnamon Statement lip liner. These products from Hourglass, like, I don't know, if I'm going for a liquid lipstick, I just assume it lasted a little bit better, but there are some really pretty colors, and you are going to end up with more comfort in the texture. Look what we're doing here. Like, I'm actually pulling my line out just a little bit. I think it's so pretty. I love what that liner did for the lipstick. It saved the day. Okay, you guys, so lots of fun finds in this video. Some of the things that brought me the most joy, probably the Milani Ungilded Most Loved Mattes, like a beautiful matte selection here. Not saying you can't find warm mattes elsewhere, but these textures are really good, and I love how they went for blending some pinks and kind of plummy shades and burgundy also in with the warm brown. That's gonna make for some beautiful looks year-round, but going into fall, it really gives me that kind of a feel. I surprisingly really have been liking this e.l.f. mascara. It builds up quick. It's the first e.l.f. mascara that has ever really felt good to me, but we're gonna see how it wears on the lower lashes today because I've never tried that yet. Another high point for me was also this Believe Beauty split band product because I love the glowy layer that you can add to your blush. I thought that was gorgeous, and the rosiness of the actual blush shade. I mean, those are probably my top 3 things out of all this. This foundation, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm looking in close. I'm seeing quite a bit of thickness in the texture on my under eye. Are you guys kind of seeing what I'm seeing? And part of it's like we got a full coverage matte foundation all over the skin, but then this concealer, like I was saying, it's a little bit thick, and that can be really good when you're trying to get coverage going, and it could be really good like maybe spot concealing an area of discoloration or maybe a blemish. All up on the under eye area, I may have applied a little too much there, or a better blending method could have been a dampened sponge. We will see how it wears throughout the day, but I must say the overall finish of the skin looks really nice right now. Like very even. I've still got the glow. You know, I use the glowy part of the blush and also some highlight. But that fully matte eye, I feel like that's just stealing the show for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear your opinion on these products if you've tried them, or even if you haven't. What are you thinking? Let me know. I just want you guys to know I appreciate you so much, your kindness that you share with me. I wish I could reach out and give you a hug, or like just hang out with you, spend time with you, have dinner, go shopping, do something like that. But I just want you to know the fact that you take time out of your precious day to spend it watching or listening to one of these videos, like, it means so much. Thank you so, so much. And I will see you guys again very soon. I love you. Bye. All right, guys, we are checking in at midday. It's just after 1 o'clock, and I'm not really that impressed with what's going on. Like, I'm looking up close at the face, and I feel like there's been a lot of wear down. There's kind of a little bit of collecting / wear down around the nose. The mascara, by the way, is smudging on the lower lash line. The eyeshadow seems to be holding up well, but like the foundation just looks as though it's kind of worn, you know, like I know what my skin looks like pretty much bare, and I feel like we're seeing straight down to it. I'm not super upset with a more natural look on the skin than the way I started the day, but this did claim 16-hour wear, and while I don't feel super greasy, it just seems lighter, much lighter coverage than the way we started. Lip color has pretty well worn off, except I got a little lip liner hanging out here, but I was really kind of surprised when I just turned the camera on just now, because I expected a little bit more heavy coverage because I haven't even been out sweating or anything. It's just worn. I was just thinking though, maybe it's because I only set the under eye and T-zone. I didn't really powder elsewhere on the face. That might explain why other times I've worn this, it's worn a little better than it has today. Just a thought. All right, guys, this is about a 12-hour check-in now, and I've been out swimming, hence the bottom of my hair that was in a ponytail being wet, and the top part is dry because I pretty much kept my face out of the water. I got splashed a few times, but I didn't really get a lot going on here. I was already getting real smudgy even before I swam, so I wouldn't say that was because of swimming in the pool, that lower lash line smudge. So this mascara just can't hack it, but I again continue to feel that everything is quite worn on the skin. Like, it really doesn't look as full coverage as where I started. I'm amazingly not as greasy as I would think I would be after being outside for, I don't know, we were out there for an hour and 40 minutes probably. Another update here on the makeup after a couple more hours. Hey.
Hi, everybody.
I'm not that impressed with it from a staying power perspective, just because I feel like I've used so many different things lately, comparable price points that can wear a lot harder, like the NARS Soft Matte, for example, comes to mind. But then there's Maybelline Super Stay or Kiko Milano, different ones from all kinds of price ranges that can get the job done for an entire day for me. And this one I just felt like faded quite a bit. I was not overly oily, but it just has a much lighter look now than it did earlier in the day for sure. I don't know what's going on with my brow over here. It looks like crusty. I don't know what's happening there. The eyeshadow is pretty much there, and the lip color is definitely gone. So thank you for your time, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you out, and I will see you again soon. Bye.
Bye.